Hello and welcome to class today, here with me, Helga, in this beautiful nature setting. So when you are ready, come and join me in a seated position, and we'll do a breathing exercise to settle in together and find some calm and wellness within. So I'll show you once first. We take the palms of the hands here up to chest and inhale lightly. And then we exhale, palms go down, the exhale is longer. So we're sort of pushing down energetically what we no longer want in our body, in our mind. So we'll do this 5 times together. Let's go. 1. And exhale. And 3. And 4. And 5 together. Inhale through the nose. And slowly release everything through the mouth. Beautiful. Now you can place your hands just on the laps here. And we're going to drop the head down, just looking down at the mat. Let your head be heavy. You can shake it slightly here. And then taking the head over one shoulder. And then the head comes all the way back down. And we bring it over the other shoulder. Do this a few times. Over the shoulders. Or you can take full circles with the head if that feels good. One direction, then the other. And breathe in nicely here. Very nice. And the head comes back here, just looking right ahead. Now taking the shoulders up to the ears, just like this, and then back and down. So small circular movements here with the shoulders to warm up. And then do the opposite direction with the shoulders are coming up towards the ears and then to the front and down. Very nice. Now placing your right hand on the floor here, left arm comes all the way up. And we take a side bend, really elongating the side of the body here. And same on the other side with the right arm all the way up to sky, looking up. Beautiful. Come into a tabletop position on the mat when you're ready. So now here in tabletop, the hands are stacked nicely under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. And we come and inhale, looking up, arching the back. And then exhaling, rounding the back and really dropping the head. These are cat-cows. Continue those in your own time. One breath, one movement. Really finding your center within, from the spine and all the way down to belly. And the fingers and the feet here touching the ground. One last one. And we meet back in the neutral tabletop position. Now find your balance here, really root down your hands and knees as we extend the right arm out and the left leg. So really push through the heel here. You can look down on the mat just to find a bit more balance and stability. And then we'll place it back down, taking right foot out and left arm. Very nice, place it back down. Extending again the right arm, left leg, this time bringing the gaze further up in front of you. And we come and grab the foot if we can, or at least in that direction, squeezing the glute. Really nice. Slowly place it down. And we'll do the same here on the other side. So looking up first. And then finding your way to the heel or the toes. Lovely back bend here. And gently place it down. Very nice. Now take your knees out a little bit wider. We'll come into child's pose. So we're sitting on the heels. The forehead comes down on the mat. Arms are extended. And just surrender here for a few seconds. Sinking low into the hips. And take a nice inhale, come back into tabletop. Place your right foot now here at the front. So the hips are gonna come here to the front into low lunge. So this is option number one, just the hands here on the thigh. Option number two would be to take the arms all the way up to sky. And now sliding the hips towards the back, bending the front foot, and then the hands can come just here, and the torso is slightly towards the floor. Or option number two, you can have the fingertips down on the floor, so that's just a slightly deeper stretch. Now coming into lizard pose. So the right foot stays at the front, both hands are aligned with it, and we lift the back knee off the mat. And you can stay here on the hands or maybe even on the fists. That might be quite nice. I'm gonna stay on the fists today. And we either stay like this without moving, or we tilt a little bit back and forth. That actually feels very nice. And just relaxing the face here. No need to be too serious. Just enjoying yourself on the mat in your body. Beautiful. Now let's do the same on the other side here. So bringing the right foot back, sliding the left foot to the front, preparing for the low lunge on this side. So again, we start here and then we slide with the hips forward. And I either have my hands here or up to sky. And when you're ready, bringing the hips all the way back, straightening that front foot. Arms can be here on the thigh or on the hips or down on the floor. And just welcoming the sensations, the slight tingling. Opening up new space in the body. That's what yoga is. And then finally, let's come into lizard here. So just sliding the hands at the front, aligned with the left foot. And then lifting off the right knee here. Hands can be flat or on the fists. And the feet are very nicely planted on the mat. Very nice. Let's get out of this position. And when you're ready, we'll stand at the front of the mat to continue our flow. So here at the front of the mat in mountain pose. So the feet either together touching or with a little bit of space, in between them. And the hands here facing the front. And I'm just looking right ahead, really embodying the energy of the mountain. Nice, strong, majestic presence. Now taking the arms all the way up to sky, looking up, inhaling. Exhale, join the hands together, fold all the way down. Inhale, flat back, the hands are on the shins. And exhale, step into a plank position on the hands. Hold this plank for just a few seconds here. Breathe to support you. Push through the heels. And then let's put the legs down first, so on the knees here, still in my plank. Elbows come slightly in, and I lower myself down towards the mat. Forearms on the mat, Sphinx pose, just looking right ahead. Squeezing the glutes slightly. And just breathing in and out here, enjoying myself. Beautiful. Now push the hips back and find your child's pose, sitting on the heels. Knees are out wide, forehead comes on the mat. And now come back into tabletop. Tuck your toes under. As we're gonna lift up here for down dog. So taking the knees off first, and then the hips all the way, separating the feet. You can definitely bend the knees here. And you can try to maybe bend one knee, then the other. Walking the dog, as they call it. And if that's too much, you could also just bend both knees here at the same time and then straighten slightly. Just listen to your body, see what works. Very nice. Now look between your hands and just slowly and carefully walk towards the front of the mat. And rise here in mountain pose, finding your strong presence again. Taking the arms all the way up to sky, inhaling. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. The back is flat, and exhale, step into your plank. Holding the plank here for a few seconds. And then the knees come down first. Lowering the rest of the body down. Forearms on the mat in Sphinx. That's very nice for the lower back. And we meet in down dog. Let's go. And with the knees either bent or the legs straight, just finding stillness here in the down dog. As opposed to earlier, we moved in the down dog. Now we're just surrendering a little bit here to this shape. Very nice. Now taking your feet closer together, raising the right leg off and placing it in between the hands here at the front of the mat. So both feet are straight facing the front. So planting the feet first, making sure you're nice and stable. And then taking the arms all the way up to sky here for high lunge. Shoulders away from the ears. Nice active hands and fingertips. Find your mountain pose at the front of the mat with grace. And then step into high lunge on the other side. So this time the right leg comes all the way back. Both feet are facing the front. We're bending the front knee. And the back heel is lifted off the mat. Hands up to sky. And feel the nice energy coming alive inside you in this pose. Very, very nice. Now come here into mountain pose. And join me in a seated position for a few more poses. So here in our seated pose, we're gonna lift up into boat. So taking the heels off, really focusing your life force and energy here in the abdominal area to support you. Breathing, palms facing up. And we're gonna tap the right heel down 3 times together. 1, 2, and 3. Another left heel 3 times. 1, and 2, and 3. And stay in your boat pose for a few more seconds. Breathing here. And very slowly coming all the way down, back on the mat. Take a big, full, nice stretch, arms overhead. Very nice. Now knees into chest. Give yourself a little roll side to side. Feel the lower back. You can close your eyes at this point if that feels nice, or just soften the area around and under the eyes and the forehead. Now let's come into one of my favorite poses. So lifting the heels, the feet up here to sky, knees are bent. And you can lift the head slightly off the mat first and come and grab either the big toe or outside of the feet for happy baby. And then the head comes back down. Very nice. And now slowly just release this pose. And extend your legs. A little bit of space between your feet. And the arms are alongside the body, not touching the body, but alongside the body. And you can close your eyes here. This is Shavasana, the resting corpse pose. And I'm just going to guide you through a little relaxation here. Feeling the back of the head on the mat, supported by the earth. Feeling the contact here. And feeling the contact between the shoulders and the mat. And the back, side of the back and lower back. Feeling the calves on the mat, pressing against the earth. Feeling the heels relaxed, resting on the ground. Feeling the hands, forearms, and the upper arms and the elbows melting into the earth. Just soaking up all the goodness from today's practice, honoring your body and everything it does for you, honoring your heart, your mind, your ideas, your personality, the joy that you have inside of you. Honoring nature and the world that we live in. And finding a gentle smile on your face. Starting to move your fingers and the toes to come back to body, and maybe taking a bigger inhale. And still with the eyes either closed or soft, slowly, very gently bring yourself up to a seated position to close the practice together. More or less in the middle of the mat. Finding your cross-legged seated position with the hands in prayer at the center of the chest. Thank you so much for practicing today with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Take care.